Hello everyone, how are you? I'm going to wait for people to come because no one is there yet. I don't know. Can you email Caroline or text her? Hello. Anyone there? Hello. Yes. Where am I? Surprise. No, you're not surprised. Hello. Who's joining us? Or who's joined us? Hello. It's Mayowa. How are you? How are you? Who's there? Tell me your name. Hello. Hello, Esther. How are you, Esther? How are you doing today? Hello, Olukayode. How are you? Thank God, Emerson. How you doing? Yes, it's another lovely day here. Ucharia, how are you? Another lovely day here. And today we've already started working from morning, and now we're in the afternoon session before we go for lunch. And in this session, we are going to choose a book cover for one of Dr. Sunday's books. So we thought it would be nice if you would join us. So you see how he chooses his book cover. How are you doing, Oyewo? How are you? I hope you're all right. Hi, this is Pastor Noah. So Oyewo is Pastor Noah. How are you? I hope you're okay. Hello. So can you please share this so that other people can join us and we can have a merry, happy, lots of people learning with us. As we are learning, you also can learn. So how is your day going? How is your Wednesday midweek? Let me just show you who's here right now so you see.
I took him out. He came to the front. But I couldn't make the point.
See what I did there with Caroline. Okay, guys, so shortly, hello, Chioma. How are you? I hope you're okay. So we're going to start shortly. I just want to know how you guys are doing. Say hello. How is midweek going? I know today is Wednesday. The week is nearly over. If you're working with Uncle Sam or working for Uncle Sam, you're probably feeling a little bit happier now because it's midweek. For me, I'm happy every week, every day of the week. So thank you. At Tega, it's quite an age. Okay, Eucharia is saying hello to Tega. So, hello, Tega and Eucharia. So, we're going to start shortly to find out how Dr. Sunday chooses his book cover. Let's see what they're chatting about.
But no, I wouldn't do that.
I can't even put my mind together. I'm like, what?
They wouldn't do that, no.
I forgot the name of the doctor that told us.
I heard it too.
Oluwatope, how are you? I hope you're okay. We love having you too. Good to be here again, Chioma. Thank you, Brenda William. Thank you very much. We love having you all here with us. I hope you're okay. Guys, you've seen I've taken out my wig. I struggle with wigs, but hey, I've got my hair back as it should be. I don't like this either, but I'm quite fussy, but I hate sitting down to do anything, to do any hair or anything like that. So you have to just manage the way it is. I hope it's okay with you. I'm sure it would be. So guys, we're going to get started now. I was waiting for more people to come so that we can get started. But I think we have enough people to just get on with this. Curtis Anthony, how are you? Look seductive. Oh, thank you. I didn't think so, but hey, if you said so, then it is. I accept. Thank you, Bayo Oluwatoke. I appreciate you too, Oluwatoke. Thank you. Guys, please share this so that more people can join. It could be a good thing for some people that wants to be writers. Thank you, Curtis. They can see how to choose a book cover. This could be an interesting session. As usual, Dr. Sunday is full of surprises, so you could surprise us and give us more information than we expected, which is always the case. So. Join. Let's get together. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. Are you ready, guys? I am ready.
Okay, that's my own role. That was supposed to be my role. I didn't get it. I think I didn't get the idea. My mission was different from the one I was trying to fulfill.
Hello, Frank. Hello, my darling Mayo. Thank you, Doris. Thank you so much. Good to see me. Thank you, Frank. Frank, we can't wait to have you again, so we hope to see you soon. Curtis, what are you saying there? I didn't get it. Work on people's narcissism. Okay, got it, Curtis. Thank you. So we're gonna get started soon. I know I'm moving from one area of the room to the other, so the lighting is different. Yeah. Good to see you, Frank, as well. Thank you so much. All right.
Question was finding answers to life's most difficult questions.
Yeah, maybe they were thinking I should address that.
Maybe they.
Hello?
Hello.
What do you want from us today?
You know what I want,
I
sir.
think you've got to come and sit over here. There's just no way you could function if you don't sit.
Can I sit in front of you so that I can take?
You want to sit in front?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah? I don't think it's going to work for you if you sit in front. Okay, well, let's try and sit.
Timmy, can I sit there?
Yeah, I think that might be better.
Okay, thanks.
So, we have a new boy. I messed up somebody's water. Anyway, I think we'll fix that a little bit later.
Okay. Hello, Gregory.
Okay. So, I have a new book coming out. It's good that they are sitting together because they have similar opinions.
Sit closer.
We're both Americans as well.
Yeah, okay. So, but I think it's not just because you're American, but you belong to a similar generation. Yeah, I think that you are young and you view the world differently from the way we would view the world. We are old.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Old school.
I'm not old.
You're not old, yeah. But we don't know what you would say yet. We don't know what you would say yet. But for you to be able to join us in what we are doing, you've got to come to get the picture. You know, you've got to see what we're talking about. You see. So I'm asking a question. Is there any other one? No. I'm asking a question from the people here. Why this cover? Why should you have shoes like this in a book cover?
In fact, I was going to ask you actually when I saw it.
She was going to ask.
I was going to ask.
She's the one talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah. Immediately I saw it and I saw the shoes. I was going to ask him that why the shoes? But then again, I can understand to a certain degree.
Because I want to know what will be going on in the mind of the people who will see the book.
Yeah.
So I wonder what they will think, what they are thinking. So I want to hear.
I can understand to a certain degree because of my children. So, for example, these the sneakers, it speaks to their generation, and the shoes.
So it's thanks to your children
Yeah.
that you are able to understand this?
Yes, because it speaks to their generation, the kind of shoes they wear. If I didn't have children, then I probably wouldn't have a reference point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And particularly the second one, because he's very fashionable. He's into fashion, so yeah.
Okay, so apart from that,
No, when you look at it, it speaks to the age group. So it speaks to their age group rather than.
But is it only the shoes you see in this cover?
Yes, that's the first that jumps out at me. Yeah, especially the what do you call it, sneakers or whatever they're called. That's
What
the
about
first
the
thing.
title?
The title doesn't necessarily jump. I don't know whether it's because I've got sons, and I know what their taste is. So the first thing that draws my attention are the shoes.
Okay, I see that Mayowa is looking intensely. Let's hear what you think.
Well, my thoughts in I saw the shoes is like putting yourself.
Shoes? No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the cover.
Oh, the cover, the general cover.
And the shoes.
Yeah. Well, I thought your covers. I'm accustomed to it now, having a lot of words in it. But I personally don't want too much to read on a cover. But again, if somebody is used to your writing, they want to see where they're going with it. So the cover explains that. But the shoes, for me, I was just thinking about putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. So because you have names of people that a lot of people know, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. So
Yeah, you can mention the name of the book.
yeah. So the name of the book is Raising the Next Generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. So that's the name of the book. And the cover, again, here's the cover.
You can give your comments while you're showing the cover.
Yes.
You can still be showing
Okay. So I was thinking that, people always say, imagine you put yourself in my shoes. Put yourself in my shoes. So when I just saw that, that was what I was thinking. I didn't really analyze it. I was just thinking about put yourself in my shoes. And also there's a shoe that is more suitable for younger generation.
But if
and
you
the
say put yourself in my shoes, that doesn't it have a negative connotation?
connotation, no.
Connotation.
No, it's just try to understand from the point of view of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, where they're coming from.
It's not the same connotation that she's trying to say, but it's not negative.
It's not negative.
Okay.
Yes, it's positive.
Okay.
Yeah. So I that's what I was thinking that is happening. Yeah. Yeah. So that's just my thought. Is two sets of shoes, where young office business like, and the other one is more athletic and laid back type of a sneaker. So
But are you relating? All that's supposed to be related to the title of the book.
yeah, because the older people wear shoes and the younger people wear like sneakers. So it's about generation. You wouldn't find you do.
What about the title of the book?
Yeah, raising the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. The title is important as well.
So how
what
does
do
it
you want
relate
to
to
know?
the it relate to the shoes you are saying?
I personally, I don't necessarily agree that the shoes relate to the title.
I do. But if it was in order where there is the sneaker
Yeah.
and then you grow to the
Yes. Yes.
then maybe. But
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
like if it was first the sneaker and then you graduate to shoes, and even having like a child's shoe and then a teenager's shoes and then an adult shoes, then I would think that I would link that in terms of generation to generation, which will be linked to the title. But the fact that it's not in order, the sneaker is just somewhere in the just standing out somewhere.
Yeah, I totally
So
agree.
oh yeah, that's
So
my
confusion.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's come here. Hold it as you talk. Can you say it, or you can? You have to hold it this way.
you want me to talk?
Yeah. You might need to. Yeah, get her. So what do you see? Is there a relation? What do you think about this book and the cover? You have to tell us the title of the book and what you are saying.
Well, for
What
me,
are you saying when you see this
yes,
picture?
yes. When I see this picture, first of all, the title is Raising the Next Generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. And when I look at the shoes, obviously there's one that stands out the most. The other shoes are the same. It's the same thing going on. Black, shoelace, whatever. But right in the midst of it is this unique pair of shoes, bright color.
Can the people read it when
Stand
they see
out.
it?
Yeah, they can read it.
Okay.
Okay. So now, if you look at that, that already tells you generation, because you won't really see a teenager really wanting to pick these black shoes. They're gonna pick something else, something that's to them, is the new thing. So here we see that raising the next generation, they are actually going to stand out because they're going to be more creative, more on the creative aspect, more in the innovative aspect, because for them, all of these black shoes is the old thing that happened before. And they're not going to be hiding either. Whatever the innovation is or their creation, we are all going to be aware of it, that it happened. Another thing too is that the shoes that stand out, it's almost like the tennis shoe. It's like you're ready to walk, you're ready to run, you're ready to go. And if you look at the first part of the book, it says one secret of success in life is.
I heard it's not visible.
No, a head should be.
One
Just be
secret.
careful, sometimes when you correct it, then it's visible.
Okay.
The quote on the book says, one secret of success in life for a man is to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. And so these tennis shoes tell you that you are on a kind of certain pace. And on that pace, opportunities will come. So what if the opportunity is an opportunity that you need to run, you need to climb, you need to get in the mud? They are ready. This generation is ready to capture the new opportunities that are coming.
But what is the connection between it and the title of the book?
Raising the next generation of Steve Jobs, that's Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, that is that
Technology. Could it be technology?
But she's the one talking.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You can take over from her.
I
when
just
she
thought.
finishes.
Okay.
So that's it to say that expect that it's not just Steve Jobs and Bill Gates that can be innovative and creative, but we also have other people out there. Surprisingly, if you read the rest, it says you can. That's me. That's anybody that picks up the book can be an innovator, can be an inventor, or a co-creator with God.
Okay, show Timmy. Let's hear what Timmy say about the cover.
I mean, the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the cover is I saw there was a lot on the cover. I mean, sometimes it can be a negative thing, sometimes it can be seen as a positive thing. The number one thing I like about it is that it's the color. I like the green on top. Then I like the variation with the red, and I also like how I see.
What she's saying. As he's talking.
I like the color. So you see green right here, green at the bottom, then the red at the bottom. So it helped me instead of just switching to the next book or whatnot. It's colorful. I like it. So it's very attractive. It's
Soothing.
Yeah. And another thing about the title is that it's showing two people I want to be like. So Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. As soon as I see Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, I'm like, oh, hold up. I want to be rich just like them or whatnot, so I'm going to grab the book or whatnot. So those are some positive things I can take from it.
But I don't think he's the only one who wants to be like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
Everybody wants
Everybody
wants to be Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, but it's going to attract the reader to the book. So it's not per se a bad cover.
So we are actually like also leveraging. You see that he's the only one to mention that so far. Why that kind of title? Because it's not just about the shoes, but it's also about leverage. So what is the connection between leveraging and shoes? So what is the connection between the title and those shoes? You lost your opinion? You wanted to take it over from the Mrs. Shoronka, then you went silent.
Yes, my opinion is, the type of shoes as well.
Show the shoes.
Okay. The type of shoes that stand out here is a sneaker, and I know that the guys in the Silicon Valley.
Why are you just only noticing? Why is everybody only talking about the standout shoe? What about the other shoes that don't stand out? Maybe they also signify something.
Well, business.
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, that's what it signifies, business and technology. If I should think about Silicon Valley guys, and they're usually relaxing their jeans, and then they'll have their sneakers on. That's all I can think about. And red obviously stands out as well. So you want that particular shoe that is standing out to stand out.
What about the title?
Yes, I didn't mention it because it's a given. Steve Jobs and Bill Gates are well known. They're well known in technology. Young people recognize them, even older people of much older generation as well, they recognize them. So I thought it was a given to not even mention those names in the title.
Okay, let's hear what Caroline says. You have to take it to order.
I had to do it. You have to do it.
You didn't take the...
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think that there's too much on the cover. That's just me. But I think that raising, like for me, raising should be bold, because raising Steve Jobs and Bill Gates gets the message across immediately, without generation in there. If you see raising Steve Jobs, you already know what it's about. It's about bringing up the next generation to be thinkers like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
So
now
if you stop at raising Steve Jobs and Bill Gates without generation, what would that mean?
Raising the next Steve Jobs and raising the next Steve Jobs and what's his name?
Because the next generation is the key. If you just say raising Bill Gates and Steve Jobs without the next generation, let her explain to her what you want us to say.
Yeah, I think that the generation is important for me, simply because.
Either show the book or show who's speaking.
Let me show the book so that no.
Okay.
So I think the next generation, saying the next generation is important to me, because if I just have raising, it would be something that I believe that mothers should have. They're just raising small children.
As if it's pertaining to children and
yes.
parenting.
Yes. But the word generation takes it to another level, where older people that are now in that generation can read it and then kind of grasp the knowledge or the process that is required in it. But just having raising for me I wouldn't pick it up if I don't have children, especially. It's like there's no point, because I'm not raising any children right now.
But let's Caroline continue though.
Okay, the other thing is that I think that the shoes are probably, like, for me, the best thing about the cover of the book, because what it shows me, first of all, these black shoes here are all the same. And each of these shoes are shoes that you find inside a business situation. And but there's like when I was working at Warner Brothers, the thing that I noticed is that what was killing them was sameness. What was killing them was something that was routine, something that they've always done, and they couldn't even see that there was opportunity sitting in the next thing, sitting in the new thing, sitting in the young people who were, flooding their lower level. Yes, or what? They couldn't see. So, like, for me,
Olukaide calls it Carol Wise.
For me, number one is it's black shoes. To me, that's like darkness, because they're so dark inside. They're stuck in their ways. They can't even see past what they know. Their sameness. This is just the, repetitive thing, because we've always done this, we don't want to change, this is how things have always been done, that they can't even see that what's new is actually more catching, more fetching, will get things done quicker. And then on top of that, like, they're all the same size, they're all the same, style. And with this new style that seems more casual, it seems like foolishness, It seems like foolishness, but like my mom said, this foolishness of these red shoes is actually more durable, is actually able to do more than the black shoes. So for me, the best and most clearest image for me is these shoes.
Which one?
The red shoes.
All shoes.
The shoe, just the picture of the shoes. To me, the shoes are a story.
But she's talking about the red shoes.
All the shoes are a story. You can't just have the red shoes. Otherwise, what does that mean? That just means that could be like baseball. That could be, whatever. You have it in the midst of the black shoes. You have it in the midst of the black shoes. Okay, now we have a story there. There's, like you can't say the king and the queen were in a room. You have to say the king did something to the queen and therefore something happened. That's the story. You can't just have just shoes anywhere. It has to tell a story. And to me, the line tells me that these shoes, they weren't supposed to be there, but because they were so...
shoes at this point because she's
because
talking about that.
The shoes here, to me, it seems like, like these were all black shoes at some point, and then these red shoes said, "Excuse me," and found its place amongst the the black shoes, these corporate shoes, these expensive shoes. They said, "I don't need to change my style to be where you're at." That's why I see in the shoes.
I like that. Yeah.
Original thoughts. Is it not coming from Carol Wise?
Yes. Paralyzed. So should I read some comments? Because I think people have got similar opinion.
Maybe we should let her speak first.
Oh,
because
sorry,
she's
Julie,
left
you
out.
haven't spoken yet.
Okay, so what I see is, just like Caroline said,
Can you catch it well?
I saw the dark shoes, and also
Or you want to change with
because-
Mrs. Young?
No, I can see it.
because of what we were talking about before, when we spoke about Mountain of Ignorance, was the darkness, and that everyone else seems to be ignorant of the greatness inside of them, and I think what I also like about the sneakers here is that it's gender neutral. So this could be a woman and it could be a man, because both women and men of the newer generation wear these kind of shoes. And also the red color, it's
generation.
universal.
Yeah.
Exactly. It
Gender
covers-
neutral.
Huh?
She said it's gender neutral.
Yeah,
The
it's
color of that sneakers is
It's gender
because
neutral.
those are
You can
men's
apply-
shoes as well.
Exactly. Among men, it doesn't matter anymore, because the great men used to be the suits and those wearing these kind of shoes, and these were the ones who made a difference in a generation. But now, the next one to come are those that you would not put into a box as you would usually do, because if you look at Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, these were not people who fit in a box. They didn't have a normal life the way that everyone else who is considered successful would have it. And what else? Yeah, what I also find interesting is the raising part that Caroline mentioned, because you wouldn't really think that you can raise people like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. You would usually think that these are, one in a lifetime kind of smart people that just appear at some point.
They come and go.
Exactly, they come and go, and they have something special about them, and no one can reach that kind of level.
But raising them.
Exactly, raising them is like, okay, you can actually make me become someone like that. So that's the big question mark that I would have, that would make me read the book. And the other thing is also, looking at it from a secular point of view, I would look at this sentence here: you can become an inventor, innovator, and co-creator with God. That's something where I would think, what does that mean with God? Because usually you would think, okay, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, these were not pastors, these were not Christians, or at least not openly Christian. Nobody would associate God with both of these people. So this is also something where I would think, wait a minute, I want to understand what that means. What does have got to do with raising Steve Jobs and Bill Gates' generation? So, yeah, that's... Yeah, and then the fact that the shoes stand out, and you would ask yourself, why those shoes? Also, maybe, we were talking about it before as well. And one thing that came up was
filling the shoes of great people, right? So who is able to fill the shoes of a great generation that has just passed? You would not think that this would be this kind of a person, an ordinary, scrappy human being, maybe even super young, you know, that people will underestimate and think you don't belong here, but still that person is actually able to, you know, reach the same level or something. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, I just noticed as well that generation and the shoe have the same color.
Yes.
Because that's the first thing I would have noticed, because it means this generation and the one that I.
But that is the last thing you noticed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not the first thing.
It wasn't the first thing, but that was really the first thing, because that's how I read in those colors. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting.
yeah.
It's that generation that's going to be raised.
Yeah, they wear this. This is what they wear right now.
Yeah.
But this are the generation. Yeah. Okay.
You want to read a comment? Then
Yes,
before I
yes,
come
yes.
to give you my explanation.
TY is sending you kisses, Julie. Yeah. Okay, let me start from the top. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Right. Yeah. Hello. Okay. Somebody said, DSA. Yeah. At Pastor Sunday, laughing is infectious. Making a difference in an unconventional way. That's like stepping into the shoes of great men that have gone before you. Michael said, putting the two shoes makes you think about innovation, change, and the color starts to everyone in different ways. Walking in the shoes of others, Rebecca. Good afternoon. Step into the shoes of great men. The shoes may also represent creativity, as in turning animal skin into useful products for use by the people. Olakayode said that. Pastor Sunday, you're too much. Samuel was saying that. Baba Pastor, great sir. Good afternoon, Pastor. I think the various style of footwear signifies that every generation can make a difference, irrespective of the generation they fit in. Let's see. Yeah. The book will raise the next generation of inventors who will step into the shoes of great names like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Yeah, the sneakers could also indicate a willingness to stand out from the norms. The shoes are free and empty. Everybody have rights to pick it up. Thank God Emerson says the shoes are free and empty. Everybody have the right to pick it up for their fitness. Likewise, applicable to world is free and anybody can fit in and ride on. Critical thinking. Good afternoon, okay, no, good afternoon. All your teachings, DSA, just always make me think every time. Keep it on, sir. That's Ebenezer. People see things from different perspectives. This is why we need to be colorful. Anastasia? See why I say you still did there. She said, you still did there enjoying chai. See, as you chewing gum, say, we have. See why? Hello.
As you chewing gum?
So let's see most if there's the red shoes looks comfortable with the other ones. So Vivian thinks the red shoes. Somebody's loving your hair. TY as well. Okay, so
You ready for me?
I'm ready.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the thing. The focus has got to be on the.
I think I'm better here. Yippee.
So, what do you want to consider when you are choosing a cover for your book? Personally, for me, it is important to stand out. My colors have got to stand out because I am like that. There must be a part of my personality that is visible in all my work. So I put a little bit of myself there. And every one of you who know me, or anyone who knows me know that Pastor Sunday and colors cannot be separated. We are inseparable. So first of all, you have to pay attention to the color combination.
Green goes with red.
For me, I don't even see harmony.
It's not.
What do you say?
Greener grass, which things getting better, innovation, future, and red, which is bold. What else would red signifies?
Well, you girls are looking at colors in a different way than I'm looking at it. Okay, let's see how. Okay, no, let's hear Anastasia first.
Green. I see green as something new, something fresh, something that hasn't been done before. Yeah, something new, something fresh. Yeah, those are the two words that jump out to me.
But Timmy, tell us, what is the color? Why is it important that the color is colorful? What is the colorfulness of the cover doing to it?
Pretty much. I mean, the only fact that I'm seeing off point is I know every color you portray selects a certain meaning. Or
Just general, apart from meaning.
I think it's trying to highlight. What's important. So raising the next generation.
No, not meaning. Just what you see when you see the color. Just what does it do for you? Because you are the one who mentioned color on there.
The Nigerian flag.
The Nigerian flag, Christmas. Okay, I see the Nigerian flag. I see Christmas.
No, you are talking about you. That what you are talking. You said
Eye-catching.
It's eye-catching. The variation of the color, where they brought the green from up top to at the bottom where Steve Jobs is. So the quote is matching with Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, then generation, and it's highlighting these shoes. So for example, and I didn't even notice this until now, all of these are dress shoes except the red shoes are not dress shoes. So it's highlighting, as I said, it's highlighting something.
So what does that do to you when you see color like that in a book cover?
At least now what it does for me, it makes me acknowledge color more. It makes me know that something's going to be important because it's colorful. So
Yeah,
it's purposeful.
It will attract me to the book.
Okay, why?
Number one, it would be the first thing would be the shoes for me.
The red shoe or the shoes?
The roll of shoes. There's one that's standing out. Then the title, raising the next generation. I first of all thought raising, like somebody said, was like you're raising kids, children to be the next generation. But then as I read further, it's saying that I can be an innovator, inventor, and so on. So it's the shoes really do it for me, especially the sneakers. Because when you think about sneakers, you think of next generation. It just sort of bounces in your head, next generation. And we know that the next generation is really unique. This particular generation that we have is unique. But then when you read the whole cover, you find that it's not just them, but it's also each individual. This book applies to everybody.
Okay. So when you look at for me, it's important because Pastor Sunday and colors are inseparable. So because of that, for me, there must be a sharpness in it. there must be a distinction. You must be able to see a distinctive. They must be distinctive enough for them to stand out. You see, the color is sharp enough to catch your attention. It must be sharp enough to catch your attention. So for me, the colors are speaking. I make sure that the colors speak. Here, I think the colors are speaking. But the first thing I see the color talk about is attention, getting your attention. So for me, the color is a way I call on people to start in attention, to start in awe, or to pay attention, to listen. So it's a way of me saying, hey, pay attention, stop in your tracks, whatever you are doing, there's something going on here. So once I get you to know that there is something going on here, then we could begin to read what is it going on. I don't know if that's too complex for you. The same thing I do when I dress. And if you people notice each time I've spoken about how people dress, how black people dress, when I dress, first of all, I want to say, hey, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. You need to stop at your tracks. There's something here. Okay, like for example, why will I dress like that? Because a lot of people are out there. Millions of people are passing by. And everybody is seeing thousands of people every day. But I want you to not just, and when you see thousands of people going everywhere every day, you are thinking these are just people. Hardly will you stop on your track and say you saw one person. No, you just see people. People are just people. But with me, I don't want you to just see people when you see me. I don't just want you to pass by and say something passed or people passed. I want you to stop on your tracks and say, yes, somebody passed. Even though there are thousands of people, but you stop and say, no, I take note, somebody passed. So also, when you come across a book, you want to look at it. Then that is what now calls your attention to say, okay, what is it saying? That's what draws you into saying, okay, let me see what it says. Then you see, oh, okay. Then you begin to read the title of the book now. I don't know how you would look at that. I mean, what are you hearing?
When you were talking, something just came to me that even this book in the bookstore is going to stand out. It's going to stand out. It's a beautiful book. And I'm just thinking in my head, I've seen so many books. This will stand out. So there's an attraction that this book, draws to itself. And then, like I said, not only does it stand out in color, but these shoes and sneakers speak so much on either side of the generation. We can relate to it in different forms like we've been discussing. So then curiosity be like, okay, so what do these sneakers have to do with what's in the book? So there's a lot of things that's... And then generation is just, it's like, which generation, Yeah, will stand out.
Yeah.
What else?
No, I just wanted to look at the cover again. Steve Jobs, okay. If it was me, I probably would change these colors to make it more visual.
The names.
Yeah.
The shoes, you mean?
No, the name. So Steve Jobs, but I'll probably change those colors to something.
Okay, but if you change it to more visible, it will conflict.
Yeah.
It shouldn't conflict with the red though, because red is already so loud. If you put another loud one, it could clash,
Not so loud.
Okay.
But just to make sure that Steve Jobs and this stands out a bit more.
Okay.
That's the only thing I would change.
Okay, now look at this one. If you look at it from the distance, like, doesn't this stand out because of the contrast?
It stands out, but then the thing about it is that if it stands out anymore, the next quote will not stand out, because it's actually not about Steve Jobs in that sense, and Bill Gates, it's actually about us.
Generation.
Yes, it's about us. And then it says, you can. It's telling us, yes, Steve Jobs, you know, Bill Gates, you know, but did you know that you can also do the same thing? I think that's really what needs to stand out. But if Steve Jobs and Bill Gates stand out too much, then it will almost look like a story where people probably expect to
A
hear
biography.
about them. But actually the story is about how you can also be of that kind of people.
But maybe you should say more to
Yeah.
explain yourself.
No, I'm just thinking that since Steve Jobs and Bill Gates is in the picture, it's just to give just a little, we're not going to make it loud, just a little bit more emphasis so that it draws your eyes to them. That's it.
Then maybe we have to reduce generation.
Just a little bit, but Steve Jobs, and since it's them, because obviously there's a reason why you put their names there,
They're
right?
big, yes.
Yes, so just to make it a little bit distinctive and put, I don't know, I wouldn't say blue, but something different from the green.
If we're going to make it sharper, if we are going to make the Bill Gates and Steve Jobs sharper, then we've got to reduce the red, the generation. That's the only way we can put that.
I actually like it without them showing that much.
You like it the way it is now?
Yes, the way it is.
I'm
because-
talking from a creative point of view.
Yeah.
So that's
Because if you read generation, there's no way that you won't read what's below it
Yeah.
naturally.
There's no way.
Because it's bold enough and you want to see what's below it. There's an off there as well. So you can't just read generation without reading the Steve Jobs. So probably you wouldn't even read Raising the Next. You read generation
Okay.
of Steve Jobs and Gates. I would, because red is what I'll pick first to read when I see the book. And then I would link the generation to the shoes because they have the same color. So I would automatically think that the person wearing that shoe is that generation because it's the same color. That's it.
And another thing probably I preferably would do is to maybe bold these words because they're very key words. They're inventor, innovator, and
That's
cultivator.
what Mrs. Sharonka said.
Yeah, I'll bolden those ones because they're very key. I must say.
So now, the reason, coming back to me, so first of all, you got my first principle. In all my books, pay attention to colors. Because color is not talking about the book, it's talking about me.
Right. Okay.
Number two, color is not talking about combination even. Somebody say, oh, green means green means this. Green. Do you think I know that? Do you think I know that? And do you think I care? Do you think I'm going to go to the university? Because I want to choose a color. Do you think I'm going to go to some university? I'm going to be telling somebody, some professors to explain to me what green means, what yellow means? You think I have time for that? I already know what I feel. I already know what it means to me. So, so I don't care. So people sitting around to say, okay, red means this, yeah. Yellow means this, and green means this. No. For me, it's already fulfilling its purpose right there. It's already fulfilling purpose right there. I don't care whatever the scientists say it means. So number one is me. Number two is shouting out. It's calling people's attention. I want it to come out of that stall or out of that table and to make enough noise to say, pay attention to me. Read me. You read what is happening. Now, raising the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, for me, is important because, for me, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates are people who are historical, who are once in a generation. But I want to break the mindset in people's mind thinking that these people are millennial people, in the sense that they only comes once in a 100 years. I want people to know that even these people that you think come only once in a 100 years, that they could actually be cultivated. They could be groomed, and they could be raised. So instead of you getting results of once in a 100 years, more like accidental result, wait till it comes. Or wait till it happens. Or it's still about the same principle of God will give one when he thinks it's okay. Just waiting on destiny, on nature, on God, on faith to raise up the next generation of Steve Jobs. So what I have done is to study the principles that made them to become who they are. And to explain how those principles operate. And to now submit that to everybody, that everybody who wants could actually raise himself through the help of this book to become the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Or if could even not just raise himself, but he could even put it as a target to raise a whole lineage, a whole line, a whole lineage, a whole generation of people like that, of exceptional people. Same is what I believe about revival. I don't believe that we should wait and pray for revival so that revival will come once in 100 years whenever God sees it fit. I believe I could study the laws and the principles behind revivals, and I personally don't pray for revival. I don't believe in praying for revival. I believe in bringing it through understanding. Same with here. So now, why the shoes? That's why you shouldn't be sleeping.
I'm not sleeping, sir.
You are not sleeping with your eyes closed, but you are sleeping in your mind. the act of being here and now.
Did
That's
you hear
what we're
that,
talking
guys?
about. Since we started this program, I've taught you about 10 times because you are always sleeping. You see? You're sleeping in your mind. You have to be alert, being here and now, every second, and be relating. Anyway, let's go. So what about the shoes? Why is it that the shoes is what I put? Because these shoes, they represent the class of these people. These shoes don't belong to people in the street. They don't even belong to school teachers. These shoes, they belong to highly successful men in the class of these people. And these people are not so many right now. These people here, they are not so many. And so when we look at them, we think they are the only ones who can wear those shoes. These people. But then I put extra shoes. I put unusual shoes, extra one, many shoes, to say all of them are still empty. And because they are empty, I am now telling you that we could raise people to put on those shoes. And those people we could raise are here. What is the word? You. You can fill those shoes. You can become inventor. You can become innovator. You can become a co-creator with God. You can become the one that will choose. So those shoes don't just belong to the class of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. These shoes, they belong to everybody that will allow himself to be desired by this book. This book will make you to be fit to fit those shoes. Even why I put this one here, it's not just because of what people are saying that it should stand out, stand out. That is on the background. But what I'm talking about is that even if you are unlikely, even if you are
A sneaker wearer.
even if you are a boy, even if you are a teenager, even if you don't belong, even if you don't count yourself to ever, it's a misfit here. This is a misfit. That even you could have a shoe. And you could take your place, and these shoes will be carrying the same status as these people, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
So then you should have put
Come.
You should have
But she better talk.
then you should have put sneakers that are a bit mucky, not so clean and neat.
No.
To represent.
No, that totally spoils the line.
Okay.
That totally spoils the line. Because this already points out the lesson. It's totally, it's already, it communicates what I want to say. If I put it dirty, then
Not too dirty, just a little.
no. It's just good enough.
Yeah, and I don't think it should be dirty because you don't. If you have a dirty shoe, you probably have a dirty mind too.
Oh.
You won't be able to kind of work out. It's
Yeah.
not order. It's
Yeah.
It's because
It's
of what
not
you
in
said,
its order.
like
Yeah.
for the uncommon person, the person that.
yeah, but I think
That
this shoe,
is uncommon enough.
This shoe is good enough.
Yeah.
You know, because somebody that has a dirty shoe, they probably won't kind of like.
Will have the mindset to
Yeah.
become an better.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my opinion.
So when people talk about, when people die, I'm sure you people have heard of people who die. When people die, there is a common phrase that people apply to them. They always say, who can feel the shoes of this person who has died? Yeah. Can anybody feel the shoes? How do we find somebody who will feel the shoes? So I am changing that understanding to mean that if you want somebody to feel the shoes, raise him up. Wow. You can cultivate that person. You can groom that person. This is the book that is about grooming. These people with big shoes, these people with big standards, that we will all wonder, how do they come about? I say we can create a system of producing those kind of people. So this book is is about giving you a factory, a system of producing a blueprint, a parameter, of producing a whole factory of producing these people that we thought are exceptional or are,
Somebody said that you should also be in bold.
But then it becomes clashy. When you talk about when you talk about book design, a lot of things are supposed to be bold here. As a matter of fact, everything is supposed to be bold. But you cannot do that. You've got to pick. You've got to pick something that will draw. So if I make everything bold, you will not be able to read it. Even right now, the way it is, you heard what Caroline said, that it's already too much. But she said it too, and he said it too. So that it's already too much here. But now when I begin to make she said I should make Steve Jobs and Bill Gates bold. If I do that, it's even become more crying. Then if you said I should make you bold, then somebody said I should make Raisin bold. So it makes it all too much. So I've got to, knowing that all these things are important, I've got to be so critical and be so objective and be so strategic about what I'm making bold and what I am not making bold, but I'm still underlining. Like, for example, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, the reason I didn't make them bold is because their names by themselves, even when they are written in tiny things, they're already bold. But generation, if I don't make it bold, it will be totally lost. But it is the thing that conveys the idea of a factory. I'm not just talking about generation, I'm talking about factory. Or what word anybody use? So factory, so you said blueprint, but it's a factory that I'm seeing. I'm seeing a factory here. And if I don't make it bold like this, nobody sees it. But they, even if they are small, they are already bold in your mind. You see? Now, why this, then you, that is supposed to be bold, should be small? Because if I make you bold, that is the end result of where I'm going. So if I just say you can become what? So there must be something greater that I'm inspiring you to imitate. So once you've gotten the picture of next generation of Steve Jobs, then you can bring yourself alongside. But if I make you bigger than the person I want you to be, then you see the difference. what's your comment? And what people want to say to my explanation? You want to say something to my explanation?
No, I agree. Initially, I said that the first thing I said was that there's a harmony that I see in the colors and everything. And I see it represented in what you just said, because it's very clean, but it catches your attention to what is most important. Because just like Maiwa said, if it's a generation, just that word generation, it makes me want to read what is it about. And then I see Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and I will understand, okay, the generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and it makes me read further.
Yes.
So there's like a step by step,
Progressiveness.
exactly, increase of where you put your eyes to, because if everything was, so intense, it would just be too much. I wouldn't know where to start and what to look at, and if it's interesting, and maybe my attention span would just be gone very quickly. So yeah, it helps to organize your attention.
Okay. Yeah. Anastasia, I want to say something.
I was just going to say that I really like the clean look. It's
Yeah,
very-
the clean look.
yeah. It's really, 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 really clean.
Even though there are a lot of words, but because it's clean,
Yeah.
it's distinctive as well.
Yeah. And I like the fonts that they use. They used sans serif with serif font
Yes.
to play. So I like that. Yeah, and I was thinking that if Steve Jobs and Bill Gates' name was made bigger, it's almost like misleading to the
Yes.
content of the book.
Right.
So I think that size is a good one. Yeah.
So, welcome to the world of Pastor Sunday.
Question though, why did you choose? I know you said you like shouting color, but why green and not any?
Why green?
Yes.
It doesn't matter to me. But to say why green is to say why blue here. So tell me why blue here.
It doesn't matter.
But I said it already that it doesn't matter to me, but she doesn't still get it. So to me, you tell me why blue here or why white here.
Okay, so if you put yellow here, it wouldn't matter to you.
No, it has to be harmonious.
Yeah.
It is a harmony.
How many you looking
It is, again, let's come again. I'm talking about my personality. Then, number two, you have to make people to stop in their tracks. So any combination that will make it so original, so on standard, and that will make everybody to say, this catches me. Does this catch you?
Yeah, that's why I
You
bought
see? Even,
Green, the
Huh?
green,
Especially the green
that
for
blue
me as well.
and that green, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
the green here is different from the green we saw before. So for me, it's not the green that matters. It is the combination. It is the
Works well together.
yeah.
colours that
It is
work best.
whatever works
best.
together
Right.
to make sure
that it stands out.
that it stands out and it captures you and it arrests you. You see, this green is different, but it's all put together in a way that you cannot say it doesn't touch you. So if you now want me to tell you why blue here, I'm not interested in why.
Okay.
I don't care. Or if you want to tell me what this blue means, I don't know what it means. I just know it works for me.
Okay.
And this works for me right here. This works for me right here. This works for me right here.
Okay.
So why somebody says it shouldn't be more than 3 colors? I don't care. How many here? How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3. No, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
8, 9, 10.
And normally they tell you don't pick those 3 colors.
3 colors. They say you don't pick more than 3 colors. And I have 10 right here. Now let's see. Let's see how much we have here. Yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
7. Seven. Huh?
Is it not white?
White. We counted white, no?
No, we didn't count white.
We did, yeah. 7. So we have 7 here. We have 10 here. Tell me I broke the law. Maybe I did.
You did.
You look at me.
Seriously. Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah, who wrote the law? Why should you tell me that the person who wrote that?
That's true.
That's so
What I say?
liberating.
Let you talk. You talk.
That's so liberating. Like, who decided that it's 3 colors? Who are they? So you can decide yourself. You don't have to wait on what other people said. So we've got our own law.
Can you see there are 10 colors here?
Yes.
Do you know people wear 10 colors here?
Yeah, they will.
Because it doesn't even come across as if it's a violent color.
Yeah.
It doesn't even come across as if they are 10.
No.
It's like they're just 3 colors
very,
or 2
very
colors.
subtle. Very subtle. You don't see
What? Will you say there are 10 colors there?
No,
It
not at all.
I would have argued as well that it's in 10 colors. Can I have it?
Will you say there are 10 colors there?
No.
You will argue that it's not 10
Yes,
colors.
I don't think it's 10.
But there are 10.
I know you counted. I'm still looking. Well,
Can you believe it? And can you also believe that here you have more colors than here?
no.
Yeah, you really,
Here is 7 colors.
Yeah.
Sorry?
you really notice that it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter actually. It doesn't really matter at all.
No.
It doesn't matter at all because the assignment, the mission is fulfilled.
Set your
And-
standards. For
Yes, the mission is carried out. And you see, here I don't have shoes, but what is the photograph I have here? What do you say about it?
Time.
Pictures. I'm talking about the pictures. Okay, she wants to say.
So, what's that? Is that clock inside there?
Yeah. But the clock doesn't have the clock hand.
No, but let us say, what are the pictures you see here?
So you have a time clock, right?
Okay.
The traditional old time. And then you have this business.
Sand.
Sand, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's ticking.
Sand timer.
Yeah, it's sand timer.
But doesn't it communicate?
Yeah, about time. Yes, it does. About time.
Beautiful.
About
Because
time.
everybody understands exactly what I'm talking about here. Even though there's no word time in the book. The book does not contain any word as called time.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that. When did I get time? Those years, yeah.
You see? I don't need to mention the word time.
The picture speaks volumes.
But I'm talking about time, but not mentioning the word time.
I didn't figure that out.
But by just the photograph, but what about the man? You people should talk to me about the man.
He's ready to get something back.
No, he's old.
You
Is
see?
Yeah.
Is he old?
Yeah,
Of
I don't
course.
think of him. I
You
just
got to make it bigger.
Yeah, he has gray hair.
Oh, yes.
Already, and he looks like someone who has passed a lot of time.
And
here.
he looks very happy as well. Something else.
I feel like he's just determined.
He's
person
ready to
that is
start
going
all over
get
again.
Something.
Even though he's over 50 or he's 50 years
so
old.
ready.
But he's so ready. He discovered gold.
Yes.
He discovered gold. He discovered diamond.
Yes.
And so he's not depressed anymore. You see the idea? He's no more depressed. I'm no more depressed. I pick up my, whatever it is, my file. I pick up my file. I'm ready to go to work. And this work this time is going to give me joy. This work this time is going to give me fulfillment. This work this time is what it's all about. You see, it's not like the one that gave me the gray hair. This one is not about the gray hair. This one is about laughter, about the smile, about the future. I am now ready to take it back.
Very determined.
Very
Very
determined.
determined.
I saw determination, but not all those words.
He's also happy because he's getting.
Louder.
He's also happy because he's getting time back. And when do you get time back? Time is what they say. They say time is the only currency that you can't get back, or something like that.
But he is the picture of the one who is getting it back.
Yes.
It's so encouraging. Yeah.
How to regain your
Yeah.
lost years.
Yeah. And the title is.
I mean, it's poised.
The title itself is very empowering and encouraging, especially for people who lost the years and they're living a life of regret.
Right.
Yes. So,
He looks like he has the solution in his hands.
Right.
oh yes, yes, he's ready to go.
Like
No
he
more.
wants to teach.
Yeah.
And he looks like a teaching person, like someone you would love to listen to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Very
So,
attractive.
what are people saying now?
Hello.
You've got to change the camera. Don't keep on sleeping.
I wasn't sleeping. Okay, I was sleeping with my mind, not my eyes.
But you always argue. You are sleeping.
Okay, I'm sleeping with my mind. Guys, okay. They're all laughing at me here. You see what I have to go through? Just to show you guys this. Okay, the hourglass is a timer. That's Olukayode. Yes. We have, hold on. Pastor is a colorful personality, but I think what matters is the message and its harmony of colors. Wow, I love the book. It sounds great, and we will need it. That's Christine. I love this book cover. How to Regain Your Lost Years. Subtle at catching and catching. Yes, you can get this book on Amazon, Amazon.com or .co.uk, and also you can get it on Akada Books if you want it electronically. If you're from Africa, if you want it in a hard copy, you can get that on Amazon as well. But if you're in Africa and you want it in hard copy, there'll be a link below the comment where we'll put the contact number of Bode and Chioma that you can contact to get the book. And you can probably see it in good bookshops in Africa.
And in Europe.
Yeah. We're really promoting Amazon. I hope Amazon is paying for this.
What are the comments you're getting?
Law can be broken. I think that's about the laws of colors, and you have to have 3 colors. Yes, absolutely, Theophilus. Laws are actually broken here. Why the white figure? Why not black and white persons at regaining your lost years? It's not about colors, sir. Somebody is saying that why the white figures that you put, the white person, not a black person.
Or black and white person.
Okay, hold on. Yes, please answer it.
The reason why there's a black person, white person, the reason why it's a white person in the front of the book, in this particular picture, is because if you look at, it's because if you look at, okay, I will say it in a different way. The reason it is a white person there is because this book doesn't just have the front cover, but it has the black cover too. I mean the back cover too.
So the black person wrote
So
it.
if you look at this book, that's the front page. But if you look here, who will you see?
Black man.
Sunday. What's the Sunday?
A black man.
So because you are eventually going to see a black man here, if I go and put another black man here, what am I saying?
Black people.
This book is only for...
Black people. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, number 2, if you look at that book, if you look at this book here, if you look at this book, so somebody is asking why black, why
person.
a white person?
White person.
Why a white person at the cover and not a black person? Because there is this here.
Sunday Adelaja.
And this here, this name here that you're seeing, this name is a pushover. I mean, not a pushover, is a deterrent. It's not attracting anybody to buy it.
I would love.
So this thing here is already a discourager.
Sunday Adelaja. No
Yeah.
way. I'm not taking that.
It's already telling people that it's a
What's
turn
he got
off.
to
It's
say?
a turn off. What's he got to say? But when they see somebody like this, how come this one is having this one? Maybe I should give it a chance.
Yeah, saying that, so I have another question. So, Theophilus, I hope that answers your questions
So I'm
precisely.
thinking about every detail. So every detail is important.
Yes.
So all these small details that we might think might not be important, they might be, they should be considered at least.
Yes, sir. The other book, the subtitle that is there and says God. I was thinking that would stop some people from getting it, especially if they're not religious and they don't believe in God. Becoming a co-creator.
You ask Julia about it. She will tell you that's exactly why she wants to get it.
Yeah, but that's because she's Christian. What
No.
about
I
non-Christian?
don't think so. She
No, I
said if she had been an unbeliever
Yeah.
that sees the book,
Yeah. So what I said is, look at the point of view from someone who does not.
not as a
I
Christian
would-
point of view.
I would ask myself what God has to do with this, because I would not associate Steve Jobs and Bill Gates with God. So I would say, why do I have to become this with God? What does that God to do with it?
Well, you
And
still
that
have
would
the
make me
mindset that there's even a God. The people that don't believe there's a God at all.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this has nothing to do with God. You
But
know.
if you don't believe there's
Steve-
a God, you won't even pick it up because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think there are people who will say this, but there are also people who will actually read it because they want to know what God has to do with it, because they would not associate God with this in the first place. You know? So they will have to either find a proof for, God not being the reason, or they will have to check in what sense God has to do, or God, is important in that equation.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Christine. Hello, Christine. Thank you, Julie. Need to change the color of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates to bold black. The current color is not shout. Excuse me, Olakayode, it's not gonna work. You saw. You've seen. He's already explained. I thought he might have put that comment before he explained. Dr. Sunday. He's got his answer. He's giving you his reasons. The color must be calm with harmony, great composition. Yes, I'm learning about book cover that's eye-catching and wow factor. Yes, Deborah. Hello, Patty. How are you? Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Mary, good afternoon. Lydia, how are you? Analytical thinking. Ulukayode said again. The key word is generation. Yes, Deborah. Hello, family. Ernest is saying hello. Bold and eye-catchy. Curtis. The common denominator for good content. Thank you. Exactly. I think it's too much to know, Deborah. I'm sure that you're thinking differently now. Okay, guys. I think that's it for us. So we are done for this topic or this title about Caroline wants to have lunch. Wrap it up. So we're off, guys. You can have lunch as well. We might come to you. You never know. Anything can happen here. So keep watching and we'll be back. See you later. Bye from everybody. Bye. Bien hecho.